What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Yeah, welcome back to Coffee and Headphones. This is the show where two brothers talk about what two brothers would talk about. My name is Caleb,
My name is Trevor.
and today we have a very fun show for you. We're doing our first Q&A.
I'm excited, bro. And it's all raw. No notes, no nothing. So
No notes, no nothing. This is just off the dome. I'm reading the questions here from my phone. We put out the sticker on our story for y'all to ask questions. Go ahead and give us a follow at Coffee and Headphones Pod on Instagram. We also have TikTok, but to my knowledge, you can't do Q&As the same way on TikTok. So
we have TikTok.
we do have a TikTok, yeah.
Good to know.
Oh man, this guy. Some of y'all asked some crazy good questions. Some of y'all asked some funny questions, and we're here to answer them all. Our first question is from James, who asks, "What's the end goal?" Trevor, you want to go ahead and let them know what we're doing here?
Yeah, I think there is no end goal. I'm pretty sure
pretty
we
much.
just started this just to like connect more. Obviously, Caleb's in Toronto, and I am not. I'm in the United States, currently in Pennsylvania, but who knows where I'll end up. But it's just a good way for us to connect every week and just sort of talk about stuff that we would usually talk about. And we figured we'd throw it on a podcast just so other people could hear what brothers talk about. And, it's something where we don't really have a desire to like get really big or, start doing specific stuff or any of that. We just more or less want to be able to talk to each other just sort of freely and talk about stuff that we like. Obviously, we've already hit basketball, Star Wars, Drake, Big Sean, so we're making our way down the list very quickly. But it's stuff that we've had hours of conversations about and figured that we know enough about it that we should put it out into the open. And if you like it, you like it. And if you don't, I don't care. So
yeah,
that's what I'm at.
No, exactly. Like this is it's more of like a bonding thing for us. And honestly, we both think we're hilarious and we think like our thoughts can be out there in the world and other people can enjoy them. So like we're not experts at anything we talk about. We love it, we're passionate about it, but at the end of the day, we're just brothers talking about brother things. And it's not like you make money off a podcast or anything, so we're not trying to blow up or do anything like that. We're
Don't
just
make
trying
money
to
off a podcast.
actually we lose
A lot of
money.
people do podcasts. I don't
Well, if you get a
understand.
sponsor, you make money. So I don't know. If y'all want to sponsor us, we got 70 downloads last week, which I was very surprised by.
Hey, that's
Yeah, I haven't
crazy,
told you
bro.
yet. I looked up the stats. People love the Drake to Star Wars comparison stuff. So
I mean,
yeah,
it's brand new, so
it is.
um,
Yeah, so that's basically why we do it. We just do it for kicks, for fun. All right, moving on.
all right.
I posed.
Awkward
Well, I don't
pause.
know. How else are we gonna do this? Okay.
I don't know.
Nick, I assume it was Nick at the Daily Dribble, asked, "What player is being slept on most this season?" For me, it's Zach LaVine, as I've talked about in multiple episodes. But outside of Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, he's gonna average 40 and 10, so you can't really sleep on the man after that. What do you think, Trevor?
I think depending on health, obviously, I think it could be MPJ. Realistically, this man was shooting like lights out from three. He was also starting to fit into that offense pretty well. And I think that this year, with him being healthy and obviously having Jamal back, sort of the perfect storm for him to be really good. Obviously, Mike Malone is like an amazing coach. I think he's one of the best in the NBA. And I think he's really good at developing players. My fear is we develop and then we leave, like we lose them. But I would say him or the guy that's always slept on, Jimmy Buckets. He's consistently every year left out of any talks of anything.
Yep.
So I
Invalid.
Yeah, he's plus 5,000 for MVP right now, which maybe for MVP that's
Yo,
like accurate. But
Jim
like
BP.
this man is going to be a force to be reckoned with. And I also think that if we're going the opposite of slept on and we're going off a hyped up Pablo, uh, we'll
Pablo
see. I think,
Banchero.
yeah, I think what was it? Him and was it DeJounte Murray or who did he get into? Who did he get into it
No,
with? Summer League.
yeah, yes, you're right. Yeah.
I think that's going to be
Dejounte
really
Murray has
good.
had like hella beef recently. I don't know what his problem is.
He's on one. I don't know. He started taking those PEDs, baby. So we'll
Yeah.
see what happens.
Bro, you actually took this question seriously. I didn't. I just said Patrick Williams. Okay, now I feel like I need to actually answer. I mean Zach LaVine for real, but someone else was being slept on. Oh, like we said, this is off the dome. That's how you know we don't have the answers ready. Someone
Zion.
else. Oh, Zion's a good answer, bro. Did you see pictures of that man coming into training camp? Dude is cut as far as like Zion's build goes. Dude is
I don't know
cut.
why people are tripping. He's a big dude. He's just like Shaq, right? Like
Yeah.
he can
Well, I
be
mean,
big and athletic.
last year he did look like more on the chunky side, but like to your point, he's just a big dude. Like he's a bowling ball. But this year he looks like
Sports.
cut for Zion, and this man could be a dark horse MVP. Let's be real. Like he
Yeah.
averaged 27 points per game in his second season, his only fully healthy season, shooting 60% from the field. So yeah, Zion's a good answer. Look at Trevor with all the good answers. Okay, our next question comes from
Sorry.
our next question comes from Young Neil, I believe is how you pronounce it. He says, "Can you guys do a Kanye song tier list, please? Capital please."
A full tier list of all of Kanye's songs.
That's a lot of songs, my
Yeah.
guy.
I'll tell you, but we probably do like top 20.
Or we could
Top 20.
do ranking his
We could do
albums.
albums. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down to do albums. I we could do all of his songs, but it would be like 7 podcasts. And
yeah.
thank you for the question, but I feel like you may be the only person that watches it. So I'm totally down to do that. I definitely think that we could do albums and we could do like top songs from that album and sort of rank
Yeah.
them where we
I
find
will
them.
say, like, obviously, I'm a huge Kanye fan, and I will say, like, a lot of the Apex followers are too. So I think maybe like Cole for sure, and people like that will definitely watch those. But that's a ton of work. Also, I edit all these podcasts. You know how long that would take, and like we said, I don't get paid for it, so it's a lot of like unfinanced work. So maybe when we're like monetized or something, we can do the full song tier. But like for now, I think albums would be cool, or like our top 10 Kanye songs.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm totally down to do that. And I mean, I love Kanye, but I don't love Kanye how Kanye or Apex loves Kanye. So totally down with it. I think he's one of the best producers of all time and
Yeah.
super open to it. Yeah, I definitely think we'll do more albums and more artists for sure, for
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Kanye's gonna be on that list. Kendrick, Cole, obviously all those people.
We actually do have
we'll
another
see.
Kanye question from the same guy.
Okay, let's hear it.
He wants to know what's Kanye's best song, in our opinion.
Best song, like singular song.
Yeah.
Ooh. You first.
Mm. You know, for me, it changed. Honestly, bro, recently, as in like the last year or two, I no longer have like favorite songs. It's more of a like every day is different, every mood is different. So every time you listen to a song, your brain processes it differently.
What
But
a
from
cop
like
out
a
answer.
no, listen, I'm gonna give an answer from like an objective standpoint. I think a lot of people would say it's Runaway, just kind of the way Runaway did change how hip hop is made these days. From a lot of standpoints, obviously, like the whole back half of it is vocoder, but also the way that Runaway kind of comes in on the 2 instead of the 1. was not something that was done a lot in music in general, but especially not in like hip hop or pop music back in the day. Rock did it a little bit. So Kanye, I think with that album and more so that song did bring in a lot of those rock influences in an under the radar kind of way. So I would say Runaway is probably the objective best song, but personally, like I love Jesus Walks. I think that's like an all-time great song. And I think a lot of the themes are still very relevant. I think the way that the college dropout has aged is way better than anyone would have thought.
Facts.
So yeah.
That's what
I would
great
say that.
producers do. They age
Yeah.
songs so well. For me, it's so hard because I fell in love with a different era of Kanye um, than a lot of people. Like, obviously, I believe the first Kanye I heard was either Graduation or 808 and Heartbreaks. Have a lot of love for all those songs. Runaway is a great choice. That's a great choice. It's hard to deny that
Thank
that
you.
is one of the best or his best. For me personally, and this is going to be a hot take, maybe not everybody's favorite. There's two songs that I'm thinking of, both from the same album. One is Blood on the Leaves. I love that song. I think it's an amazing Kanye song. The other one, and it's strictly because of the sample and the way he did it. And Kanye's like the best with samples that we've ever seen. But
Easy.
Bound to is
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I figure that's where you are going. That sample's
yeah,
crazy.
it is. It is. And to me, it's like when I listened to that, I was like, this is art, you know?
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
like really one of the first times because I was young, you know, and I'd listen to a bunch of different like songs and rap and like rock and country, like all different genres. But really that was one of the first times I was like, wow, like this is transcendent. Like this is
Yeah.
crazy. You know, I was like
Yeah. Oh,
blown away
definitely,
by
bro.
that. That album as a whole, I was blown away by. But yeah, I mean, obviously you can't tell me nothing and
Yeah,
all of those
there's
songs.
so many great, and this is like again off the dome. It's probably a different answer than if we have an hour or two to sit down
Off
and
the
think
dome,
and
my
compare.
ADHD is gonna kick and I'm gonna go back
Exactly,
to
but
a
it's
million
there's
different Kanye
great
songs.
songs on every Kanye album, even JIK. For those who don't believe it, there's great songs. Like I feel like Donda has some of Kanye's best songs. I feel like Jesus Lord is a top 10 Kanye song. I feel like Go to Pablo and Famous is great for the sample and everything, right? So there's so many
You know, I
choices.
love 30 hours for no reason at all.
Really, I don't know. But actually, speaking of, I was talking to Cole yesterday or the day before about he loves No More Parties in LA. And I said I think it's the one song that Kendrick made worse. I don't know if that's a hot take or what, but in my opinion.
No More Parties in LA is a dope song. And I actually think that I'm tripping, and that was what I was thinking of with the Kendrick feature. But no, I do like 30 hours. I don't know why. I guess it like speaks to my life a lot. Anybody that
Yeah.
knows me knows that I've made 30-hour trips many, many times.
Bro, here's the thing, like
I don't know.
it's just the more you talk about Kanye's discography, the more the answer is going to change. Because now I'm thinking like maybe it's Wolves. Because bro, I've left my fridge open and somebody took my sandwich before. Like it happens, bro. You know what I mean?
Shut up.
Okay,
That
maybe
never
we should move
happened.
on with that.
Okay, yeah, you
It's
better.
symbolic, bro.
Never happened.
Okay, our next question is from Caleb. Shout out Caleb. He's been on my Apex channel to talk about Donda before. He asked, "Copy is great, but do y'all do teas?
I do tea. I do indeed. I actually
How you
need
do
some tea.
tea?
If you don't hear me, a little congested. Yeah, I mean, it's just a name. I'm a hypocrite. I'm drinking a jug of water right now. So, I love coffee. Caleb has his coffee mug with him. I like some mint tea, some
Yeah,
lavender tea, some
yes, bro. Once you get into like, bro, I had this like
elderberry,
lavender.
dog. Whew.
Oh yeah, I like this lavender CBD infused tea a
Mm,
couple times. I don't get it, like I don't buy it because it's expensive, but I've had it a couple times. It's so good. And then like personally, I'm more like a green tea guy because I'm not like a health nut, but I am health conscious after like having my health blow up in my face. I try to pay more attention to what I put into my body. So green tea is really good for your heart and for inflammation and everything. So I do that, once, twice a week. But I'm not gonna lie, I drink way more coffee than I probably should. And not like I drink 6 cups a day or anything, but I do live in Canada. So it's like 2 cups a day is kind of the requirement to live here. So that's typically what I do.
it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't drink tea every day, and I don't drink coffee every day. I drink a lot of water because the rest of my diet is awful.
Mhm.
Water is the least I can do for my body. But yeah. Good question. Very odd question, but I like it.
Okay, our next question comes from Alvin Cedric. Go listen to Liar by Alvin. I had a verse on it, came out yesterday at the time of us recording this. He asked, what is his worst song and what is his best song? Alvin, I think your best song might be Remedy, actually. I really like it. I like when you lean into a lot more of the pop stuff. Um, and your worst song, dang, Way Up. Shout out Tuvi. Shout out Miles Minnick. I bought that merch for you, bro, because I believe in you. But the song itself, you were very young when you made it. I would say it's on the lower tier. And yeah, bro, I don't know. Like you're on the up and up, so it's kind of hard to choose.
I have a question that I actually got
What?
from just a close friend of mine. Um, he asked what my favorite Apex song was. This just reminded me. It wasn't like for this, but he asked me
Mhm.
a couple months ago what my favorite Apex song was and what my least
That's
favorite is.
actually Alvin also asked what my best and worst song is. So do you want to answer
Oh,
that?
cool. Uh, you can go first, and
Okay.
then I'll answer after.
Well, my best song is not out yet, but my best song out of what I've released is probably okay. So I think my most underrated song is The Prelude. I love The Prelude. I love the storytelling in it. It's set up, I like to like world build when I make music, and The Loved One was set up to that in Coffee Shop. Um, I think a song that a lot of people could probably relate to if they went back and listened to it now is So Weak. Shout out to A3 and the first season of Hoodie Raps was so cool to kind of experience that firsthand. And then my worst song has got to be something from Perspective, respectfully. Actually, yeah, there's got to be something from Perspective. I would say is probably like so doesn't make sense, doesn't have any mixing, but the verse like is good because I was 14, 15 when I wrote it. So looking back, it's not bad, but I would say like something on Perspective, whatever it is, Back Burner maybe.
I don't know. Back Burner's not a bad song. I think there are.
Fly, Fly.
Okay, that's fair. So I have probably a hot take on my favorite Apex song. Um, and it just recently became one of my favorite Apex songs. But I really uh, have started to enjoy more listening to Patience for whatever reason. It started hitting me. Is that Raw B? Is that
Yeah.
who's on that song?
Yeah. Shout out
Um,
Robbie.
really good feature, by the way. Killed it. I have a all-time favorite, and it's Sheesh. It's a wonderful song. You should go listen to it.
Sheesh will
But
not be on DSPs here soon because I don't own that beat.
listen to it while you can.
Listen to it while
All
you
right.
can.
Uh, no, I mean, as far as my least favorite Apex song, dog, it's probably gonna come. off of the Revenge of the Sith project. I know, I see your face, but
What?
what?
What is it?
Actually, no, I take that back. I take that back. And I don't know. It's gonna be hard for me to pick one. Honestly, I like almost all your songs because you're a great artist. But
Thank you.
you're welcome.
I would say to just to address Patience, I like that song, but the vocal mix on my verse is not good. And
Oh,
some of that has to do with like recording circumstances, hot mic or whatever. So I wish I could, change the mix for that verse. I feel like the song would be better, but just as is, it's not bad, but it's just like it's not up to the quality that I have today.
it's fair. Yeah, I mean, and I guess realistically, A Letter Back Home is one of my favorite Apex songs for sure. It just hits different. But I don't know if I could really pinpoint a least favorite. Uh, if I had to pick one, dude, maybe Fly.
Here we go.
Maybe
Okay.
Fly. Yeah.
Well then, moving on, we have a question from Ethan who asks, "What is your favorite mythological creature?"
Okay. What does that mean?
Think Narnia.
Oh, okay. I don't.
I mean, easily Minotaur, right? Those freaking man bulls. Those things are sick.
Is your least favorite or your favorite?
No, that's my favorite.
Oh, that's your favorite.
Yeah.
See, all I can think of for some reason is Star Wars, but that's not mythological. So,
No, that's science fantasy.
yeah, Minotaurs are dope.
Minotaurs are dope, bro. And I guess this includes like dragons and stuff too, right? So yeah. But it's Minotaur for me.
Yeah, I think that would be me too. I
Now, what
don't
would be
know.
sick is a Jedi Minotaur.
That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
where
like
we would
that'd
see
be
that.
fire. Or a Sith, dude. That'd be
That,
sick.
yeah, I could see a Sith Minotaur. Way before I could see a Jedi Minotaur.
Well,
But
that's
I
your
don't
space
know.
racism speaking.
You shut your mouth.
Bro, I'm
Yeah,
reading
I
through
don't.
the Thrawn novel right now, the one from 2017, and it's a
Uh-huh.
lot of like the political side of the Empire rising and stuff. And there's like a good chunk of like space racism that Thrawn faced whenever he was getting into the Imperial Navy. It's a great read. Like honestly, if you're like super nerdy to where you actually care about the politics in Star Wars, read the Thrawn series. I highly recommend it.
Well, I just recently found the Star Wars book, The Ascension. I don't know
Oh, I haven't
if
read
you
that,
remember
but I
that.
know of it.
So when I was 12 or 13, we were at Disney, I think, or maybe Universal. There's a Star Wars ride. Do you know
I
where
think
we
it was
were?
MGM Studios.
Yes, yes, yes. There's a Star Wars ride, and when you get off the ride, there's obviously like basically a gift shop, and they had all of these Star Wars books. I'd never heard of them. They had like all these Jedi that I never heard of, right? Like nothing that was in the movies, and we bought all those books. I never read a single one, but I recently found The Ascension, and it's really dope. If you haven't read
Did you
it,
find that in
definitely
storage?
yes.
Did you find my Trip Lee book by any chance?
I don't think so.
That thing is gone, bro. That's too
There's a
bad.
lot of stuff
He
that's
signed
gone,
it.
and I'm so confused where it would be. I found a Frank Beamer signed Hokies hat though.
Oh,
Uh,
word.
so we got one thing, but yeah, no, I think Minotaur's back on subject. Probably,
Probably the
wait,
move.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Anything else?
Yeah, we have a question from Tyler who asks, "What is your favorite Disney Plus Star Wars series?"
If we didn't have any other questions, I was gonna make that one up because I think it's a really good question. So shout out to you, Tyler. No, Tyler's not my alias. He is a real person. Bro, I want you to go first because I have my pick locked and I want to
Okay, wait. Word. We're probably not. I would say like, okay, so let's exclude the Clone Wars because they only did one season on Disney Plus, and of course the finale was great, but I feel like it doesn't count. Fair?
Okay, I don't have my pick locked, so you go ahead.
Okay. Well, also it's just like the Clone Wars is the best piece of Star Wars media probably ever.
I read something the other day. I've recently became a Reddit enthusiast.
Oh, word.
Super cool. I somehow like it tags me and sends me notifications for certain like threads. And it was like hot take, but the Clone Wars is the single most important part of Star Wars history that we've ever had made into a film. And I 100% agree with that hot take. I think it's super pivotal and important for us to know what happened during those years. But now we're getting more stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah.
answered,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
answered the question.
Okay. So having said that, again, because I enjoy kind of the political imperial rise, I am enjoying Andor quite a bit. But I understand well, number one, there's only 4 episodes out right now. And I understand some people think it's boring. Whatever. I will say, just based off of what we do have to choose from, I'm gonna go with the Mandalorian. I feel like it's the best overall. Kenobi was good. There were some things in Kenobi that I wish were a little bit different. There's small changes would have made that show a lot better, but it was still good. I would say the Mandalorian. It did get a little bit repetitive in season 2, just the constant side missions, but the overarching story, I love like Ahsoka showing up. I love like Boba showing up. Obviously, Grogu is is awesome. Mando's awesome. So I'll go with the Mandalorian. I'm excited for season 3. I hope it improves from season 2, but season 1 was like all-time great Star Wars for me.
Live action Ahsoka is something different.
Yeah.
I thought it was dope. And yeah, I mean, I think I'll have to agree with that. Like as of right now. I'm seeing like Andor as becoming really, really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was because it was like one of the first things that Disney Plus released and there was such a wait for it. And Mando relatively lived up to all the hype, which was super cool.
Yeah. And I feel like they took their time with it, which they're not doing as much now with the Star Wars properties, which is a bit concerning. That could be the downfall of Star Wars. Disney's need to constantly pump out content. But Mando, like, not just they like obviously it lived up to the hype because of that, but also just the story went a completely different direction than you expected.
Yes. And I mean, I like how they did Mando. I like how they had Boba Fett come into Mando, which I thought was sick. And they had one of my favorite actresses for like action films. She's on Agents of Shield. I forgot her name.
Yeah, she played Fennec.
Yeah, right? I forgot her actual name though.
I don't remember.
But I think she played Fennec really well. And I was super stoked to see that. I think the time period was super cool. And again, it's like all of Star Wars really is like a space Western, but I think Mando hit it like right on the head.
Oh yeah. And let's talk about the score, bro. Like Ludwig killed the score for all of the series, but especially the theme, Mando's theme. Great. Yeah. So good. Dave Filoni really like, you can tell Dave Filoni really like poured his soul into this property. So I think that's why it turned out so well.
And I believe there was man, I forget her name, but there was a female director on Mando. or maybe a
Yeah.
producer.
Was it
Uh,
Deborah Chow?
I think so. I think so. But she did such a wonderful job of making sure the timeline and the history, and like she stayed true to Star Wars while giving
Yeah.
us new stuff, which I thought was amazing.
She's from
I love.
Toronto.
Oh, is she really?
Toronto is a
That's
great
sick.
film city. Not a lot of people realize that.
I'll also say I do. I love the Boba Fett series. It's probably some people's least favorite out of all the Disney Plus series. Probably yours, I would say.
I
Um,
don't know. I liked it. I love Bane in it.
I loved Bane. I loved how they had the backstory of him with Tusken Raiders and all of that. I think they did that amazingly.
Agreed. And
Um,
I think that's what a lot of people didn't like about it, which is weird to me. My least favorite is probably the Bad Batch. It just fell a little flat for me after the wonderful premiere.
that's fair. That's fair, but I don't know. I think I like the Bad Batch.
It was still good, but I
It
didn't
seemed
like
like a side
desire.
story.
Exactly. I didn't desire to see what happened in the same way that I did like season 7 of Clone Wars or watching Mando, or it's a little bit different. It's less like, it was more
I,
geared toward children, I'd say.
I will say Mando. I don't think I ever missed a Thursday or a Wednesday. A Thursday
I don't
is
remember.
when I don't think I ever missed like a day of when it came out. Or the Bad Batch I did. And I was like, I want to wait a couple episodes for the build up and to see more with the Bad Batch. But I think they also did really good on Mando, like in the all of the Disney Plus like live action, as far as like the episode lengths. I thought that it was super cool that we had a good 45 minutes to like
Yeah.
digest everything.
Yeah.
Um, I liked how they uploaded the first 3 episodes of Andor too, because it was sort of necessary
Yeah, it
to
all
see all
built
those.
up.
Mando's my favorite.
Okay. Well, having said that, I believe that does it for our first Q&A episode. Thank you guys so much for asking questions. Let us know if you want to see more of this, because we're unfiltered here. We'll tell you what we want to tell you. Trevor, anything that you want to say to the good people?
No, go subscribe and enjoy your day. It's raining here today,
Yeah.
but hopefully it's better weather for other people. So
Yeah.
go enjoy your Saturday, baby, or whatever day this comes out.
Go hug your dog.
Go hug your dog. That's some good advice.
All right. Peace
All
out,
right.
everybody.
Peace.